happen in boxing. We've seen this. Manny Pacquiao isn't immune to this. He's been knocked out. He's been hit. He's not Floyd, who has been hardly hit. Like, he's been knocked out cold.
Might be a little bit, maybe a little better, but Floyd was a better fighter out of all of them. Manny Pacquiao was good too, with the fast hands for that, but he was easy to hit. And
unseen footage reportedly leaked from Floyd Mayweather's camp shows Manny Pacquiao getting knocked down during a sparring session. The clip reveals Pacquiao taking heavy shots before his trainer steps in to halt the session, sparking new concerns about his condition and readiness to compete at the highest level. Sparking fresh debate. New sparring footage of Manny Pacquiao has surfaced online, igniting concerns over his potential return to the ring. The video captures Pacquiao in intense exchanges, but also reveals moments where he appears slower and absorbs unnecessary shots. At 46, questions are mounting about whether the physical risks outweigh his drive to compete again. While many fans admire his relentless spirit and legendary status, others fear that another comeback could lead to serious injury and damage his legacy instead of elevating it. The boxing world remains divided on whether this return is bravery or recklessness.
Manny Pacquiao around that time?
Yeah.
How's Manny Pacquiao doing?
Oh man, we worked so much together. Freddie Roach, I can quote him, he said that the best fights, sparring he's ever seen in his life has been me, Manny Pacquiao.
Really?
Yeah.
How does Victor match against Manny?
It was a great sparring session and one of the best I've ever seen.
You say you knocked out Manny Pacquiao.
I don't know what that means. I have amnesia.
When Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather finally clashed in 2015, it was more than a long-awaited super fight. It was a historic collision between two generational icons. Mayweather, famed for his defensive brilliance and surgical precision, stepped in against Pacquiao, a dynamic southpaw who had defied odds by conquering multiple weight divisions while retaining his explosiveness. Analysts like Max Kellerman praised Pacquiao's rare ability to stay elite across such jumps. Though Mayweather earned a points victory, the bout showcased the supreme skill, adaptability, and ring intelligence of both men, cementing their legacies as two of boxing's all-time greats.
Case scenario, someone gets seriously hurt, someone has like life-altering injuries, and that can happen in boxing. We've seen this. Manny Pacquiao isn't immune to this. He's been knocked out. He's been hit. He's not Floyd, who has been hardly hit. Like, he's been knocked out cold. I thought when he got knocked out by Marquez, I thought he died. It was that scary.
Yeah.
Remember that one? So
I do.
Ultimately, I'm most surprised that if it hasn't been officially announced, if it lands in Nevada or California, I'll be very surprised and dare I say disappointed.
When Pacquiao and Mayweather finally faced off in 2015.
In recent interviews, Manny Pacquiao has expressed interest in facing Floyd Mayweather again, this time in an exhibition match, not for titles or rankings. He believes such a bout could entertain fans without the physical toll of professional competition. Pacquiao's openness reflects a desire to balance legacy with livelihood, recognizing the massive global interest such a rematch would generate. Nostalgia, spectacle, and financial reward all play a role. His stance mirrors a rising trend in boxing, where legendary fighters return in exhibitions, giving fans what they crave while avoiding the serious risks of full-scale, high-stakes bouts.
Sugar Ray Robinson, yeah, and then pound for pound. See, Pacquiao he started as a flyweight champ. Not just he started his career there, he was the champion at flyweight, and then moved up. There's so many divisions between flyweight and junior middleweight where he also won a belt. Even the fact that he could compete with Floyd Mayweather, who's a naturally bigger guy and one of the greatest pure boxers. Pacquiao's overall body of work, you could have him second pound for pound behind Sugar Ray Robinson.
How come I'm watching highlights of him knocking people out those little as he is, man?
That dude, it's the calves, man. He's got those fast twitchies and those big calves jump in on you and generate a lot of power. Crazy hand speed and power from the southpaw. Really awkward, hard to beat, lightning fast. Pacquiao was all that.
The draw against Mario Barrios disrupted what many believed was Manny Pacquiao's clear path to a long-awaited rematch with Floyd Mayweather. Pacquiao had hoped a dominant showing would reignite public demand for a second clash with his legendary rival. Instead, the underwhelming result cast serious doubt on his current capabilities, and whether Mayweather would even entertain the idea. Former world champion Carl Frampton offered a blunt critique, calling Pacquiao's continued pursuit of the ring ill-advised. He questioned whether Manny's motivation stemmed more from financial pressures than genuine competitive spirit. Frampton stressed that the physical risks for an aging fighter are immense, especially against younger, sharper, and more active opposition.
I'm okay with that.
How does it go now? This time around, obviously, it's been quite a few years since you guys got in the ring.
It's okay. An exhibition with a decision.
The decision. Not as exhibition.
Yeah.
So for how long do you think?
Exhibition with a decision.
Doubt lingers over whether Floyd Mayweather would accept a rematch with Manny Pacquiao. Even as an exhibition, retired with an unblemished record, Mayweather has little motivation to jeopardize his legacy. These days, he prioritizes promotional ventures and low-risk exhibition bouts. Facing a determined Pacquiao, even in a non-competitive setting, carries the risk of being outshined. For Mayweather, the potential downside of such a matchup likely outweighs any nostalgic or financial appeal it might offer.
Joke, really? There's a thought, an absolute joke. I love Manny Pacquiao. Love everything about him. An all-time great in terms of what he's done previous, but that doesn't entitle you to just walk back in after 6 years and get a number 4 ranking with the WBC and fight for a world title. What about all the other guys that are waiting around? It's wrong. We seen Manny Pacquiao fight an exhibition against a kickboxer in his last fight, and kickboxers can't box, right? I've seen world champion kickboxers coming and sparring boxers. They can't box. They can kick, but they can't, and they can kick and box a little bit. They can't really box, and Manny didn't look great. I mean, yep, I don't know. Yeah, the WBC, I think we have a lot of time for Richie O'Sullivan, but I think it's a mistake, really do, and they should be quite embarrassed allowing a 46-year-old Manny Pacquiao straight in for a world title.
Few rivalries in boxing have been as politically tangled as Pacquiao versus Mayweather. Long before their 2015 showdown, failed negotiations, blame games, and accusations plagued their relationship. Some pointed fingers at Pacquiao's camp, while others accused Mayweather of stalling. These setbacks only intensified public demand for the fight. Even years after their bout, the tension lingers. Fans still argue over who avoided whom and whether a rematch will ever materialize. Behind every interview or rumored offer lies a deeper story of mistrust, missed opportunities, and a rivalry defined as much by politics as by punches.
In this situation, he just didn't want to agree to those stipulations. And if the stipulations aren't too ridiculous, I think it is ducking. Pacquiao would then face Joshua Clottey instead on the 13th, and Floyd would go on to face Shane Mosley. Pacquiao beats Clottey by decision, and Floyd beats Mosley by decision. Half a year after the initial negotiations fell through, Pacquiao takes a U-turn and actually agrees on the 14-day blood testing. With the new stipulations,
Timothy Bradley has expressed concern over Manny Pacquiao's recent return to the ring. As someone who shared the ring with him, Bradley respects Pacquiao's greatness but believes age may finally be catching up. He highlighted defensive lapses and noticeable slowness during the Barrios fight as warning signs that Manny isn't the same fighter. While the draw may have flattered Pacquiao, it concealed the vulnerability he displayed. Bradley's comments come from a place of respect, not criticism. He hopes Pacquiao is remembered as the legend he is, not as someone who stayed in the sport too long.
Telling me, wait, does Manny look like a steroid creation? Does he look like some mini Schwarzenegger? Well, I can give you any other thing that steroid can do, but not natural hand quickness. So if you're right about how Floyd Mayweather is the greatest defensive tactician in the history of boxing, what should he care about how ripped or big the head is of Manny Pacquiao? Pretty boy Floyd is worried that for the first time in his career, he is going to get hit and hit and hit. He's going to get cut. He's going to get hurt. He is scared to.
He's not reacting to these shots, man. He's getting offense off, but his defense is just terrible, man. It's hard for him to respond to the defensive side of things, man. And that's the reason why I retired. I started getting hit more and more every time I stepped into that ring, and I'm like, you know what, my time is up, you know, and I'm gonna keep it real. Manny Pacquiao's time has been up. You know, the fact that he's a special type of athlete, he's a legend, he's able to get in there with guys like Barrios, who basically somewhat carried this guy, man. He carried Manny Pacquiao. I don't care what anybody say. He carried him. Yes, all he had to do was step on the gas, especially in the middle, the back end of the fight, where he's a younger fighter, he has more energy, he could have gave more effort. Because obviously he got hit with some straight left hands and he was able to take it, but it didn't seem like he wanted to. It seemed like he was in there to...
In contrast to recent criticisms, one of Manny Pacquiao's sparring partners offered high praise, calling it a true privilege to train with him. He highlighted Pacquiao's remarkable speed and fluid movement, noting that even in sparring, Manny continues to impress. This perspective adds nuance to the ongoing debate. While some see a fighter in decline, others believe he still operates at an elite level. These first-hand accounts help explain why many fans remain optimistic, holding on to hope that Pacquiao can still deliver world-class performances well into his late 40s.
The judging was spot on. Best judges in boxing. Spot on with it. You know, if I scored it, I would have scored it for Barrios. However, the draw, because there was a couple of swing rounds in there, the draw was perfect. Perfect. You know, but damn, I would love to see both these guys contracts, man. You know, just like the Serrano and Taylor fight, it's similar in that fashion. Both these guys was in there just having a high-level sparring session. That's all it was. I was disappointed in both their performances, to be honest with you, man. So, look, y'all can miss me whatever y'all want to say, man. The Pacquiao lovers, I get it. I respect the man as well, but yo, I gotta call it like I see it. You know, and that was a slower.
Paulie Malignaggi believes Pacquiao's recent performance could actually entice, not deter, Floyd Mayweather. Rather than raising red flags, he thinks the signs of decline, slower reactions, reduced speed, and less agile footwork, might convince Mayweather that a rematch carries minimal risk. According to Malignaggi, Floyd may now feel more confident than ever that he can handle Pacquiao a second time, making the idea of a return to the ring more appealing than threatening.
Some footage or some images online where you were sparring him, and I've got to be honest, you gave him a very clean dig, and not many people can actually say they've landed good clean punches on Manny Pacquiao. He's a super fighter, very, very quick. What was it like to share the ring, even though it was only sparring, sharing the ring with Manny Pacquiao?
I mean, it was a blessing. Like, Manny Pacquiao himself is a legend. You know what I mean? Manny's a legend in boxing, and to be honest, I don't think I wasn't shell-shocked the first time we sparred. It was like I had something to prove.
Despite concerns, Pacquiao's performance against Barrios impressed many observers. At 46, he showcased movement, sharp combinations, and stamina that younger fighters often lack. His timing remained crisp, and his dedication to training was clear through his footwork and relentless output. While he may not be at his absolute peak, the fight proved he's far from done. For fans, it reignited belief that one final megafight isn't just possible. It's still exciting, competitive, and well worth watching.
The point in time we are in boxing, he's actually in a great position because he sucks, but he has a world championship. So you got guys that bring a lot of money that will point to him. Manny Pacquiao just pointed to him. If I'm Floyd Mayweather and I watch that fight, I say, bro, I can beat that guy. Mayweather may come back and say, let me go beat the guy.
Champ.
You know? And then, because I guarantee, right now, if Mayweather comes back and fights him, my money's on Floyd. Easy. Right now, I had Floyd's age. Easy. Conor Benn, who I don't even think is that good, could also, but generates a ton of money, also could point to Mario Barrios. And guys, let me be honest, even if I don't think Conor Benn is that good, he's way ballsier than Mario Barrios. And that alone probably beats Mario Barrios, because Conor can punch a little bit as well. So Barrios is in a great position financially, even in the welterweight picture, because it's not a deep welterweight division and he's a low-hanging fruit.
Sugar Shane Mosley, who shared the ring with both legends, offers a balanced yet firm take. Floyd Mayweather holds the tactical advantage. He points out that Pacquiao's aggressive style creates openings that a defensive genius like Mayweather can exploit with ease. According to Mosley, the gap in defensive skill is too big to ignore. While Pacquiao brings speed and volume, it's Mayweather's precise counters and evasive mastery that still give him the clear edge.
Pacquiao needs his legs to be explosive. That's how he made a career. That's how he became an A-division champion, an all-time great. And he still has the little bounce on his legs, man. So credit to those big-ass calves that Manny Pacquiao has, because he showed signs of greatness, man. And it was great to see that, but the judges didn't give it to him.
He looked so much better than I thought he was, and I was basing a lot of my opinion on his age and the 2 exhibition fights that he fought since his last pro fight, where he looked slow, fleshy, just didn't look anything like the man he used to be. Look, this was not a good fight. I mean, can we just get that out of the way? Like, this looked to me like kind of a high-level sparring session. It's just what it looked like I was watching, and some of the numbers back that up. I mean, Pacquiao, he landed 101 punches of 577 thrown. That was a 17.5%.
As talk of a rematch gains momentum, fans and analysts are once again revisiting the story of Mayweather versus Pacquiao. Over the years, hopes for a second bout have sparked and faded, often stalled by timing or unresolved disputes. Now, with both legends past their prime yet still powerful figures in the sport, the rematch feels more possible than ever. Whether driven by nostalgia, unfinished business, or financial allure, the buzz around Mayweather-Pacquiao 2 refuses to fade. And this time, it might become reality.
Look, Floyd dug Manny. Let's do some actual research. Let's get to the bottom of this. 2009, Golden Boy sends a 50-50 contract to Top Rank and Manny Pacquiao. Pacquiao's side did decline his contract, though he later went on to agree to Mayweather's terms. We'll get to that in a second. So the big issue on Top Rank and Pacquiao's side was that the form of drug testing Floyd Mayweather was looking to do was really untraditional. It was Olympic style testing, which is untraditional because this is professional boxing, and the tests were to be administered by USADA, which is very untraditional in professional boxing. Pacquiao did agree to the blood and urine testing, but he wanted it to be scheduled, and he wanted it to have a 7-day cutoff before the fight because he felt like drawing blood inside a week of the fight would make him weaker. Manny Pacquiao went on to sue Floyd Mayweather and Golden Boy for defamation. He dropped that in 2011, but this was the first time this fight fell through. I think it was probably Pacquiao's fault. I feel like it might have been Pac's fault. The second time this fight was negotiated, Manny Pacquiao and Bob Arum's Top Rank, they finally agreed and submitted to Floyd's drug testing style. They had everything signed. They sent the contract over to Mayweather and Golden Boy. They didn't touch anything. All they did was put their name on the paper and gave it back. They even had a website with a money timer waiting for Floyd's decision. They gave Floyd a 2-week deadline. The deadline passed. Floyd never signed the contract. Leonard Ellerby declined it, but HBO Sports president Ross Greenberg said it was true. Floyd Mayweather never signed a contract where Manny Pacquiao did. I have to put the blame on Floyd right here, man. I gotta be honest. They agreed to everything and he didn't reply. This one right here is a bit iffy. This is the third time the fight is really negotiated. Floyd is going through his legal issues, so the scheduling issues are there. But in the end, they were both able to sign the contract, but there was one big stipulation. Floyd Mayweather wanted $160 million, where Manny Pacquiao would only take home $30 million.
That's all for today's video. Stay tuned for more. See you next time.